What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 24 of the Get a Game On podcast, bringing you the hottest takes, latest stories, and spicy picks surrounding New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined this hour by Michael Cunningham and Alex Reich. You can listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at Get a Game On P. With all that said, it's time to get a game on. What's up?
Good?
Good,
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah.
What's good, Michael?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Doing well.
All right, before we jump in, we do have a guest joining us. Alexander Reich, introduce our guest.
Okay, this is my fifth-year program roommate, John Berardi. He is.
What's up, John?
What's up? Thank you for having me on.
No problem, brother. Anytime, yo. So back in the day, little fun fact, Adam. Me, Alex, and David and John were known as the Big Four at TCNJ.
Okay.
When you add on a kid named Ryan that you remember, Adam, and
Yeah.
our friend Carl, we made a group called, I can't believe I want to say this on the air, it's called the Stupid Pooh Family, who David made the idea. So Alex,
Oh my God.
David called us the Pooh Family, which was a stupid idea. So David, if you're listening to this, we love you. You're an ass.
Okay.
So, John, thank you for being on the show. Tell the viewers where you're from, how you like sports, how you know me and Alex.
I'm from Summit, New Jersey, and I've known these two interesting people for 3 years now in college. You're a piece of work, but very interesting people.
Yo, to viewers out there, me and John have a little big brother, little brother rivalry. That's what it is. He's like a little brother you got to beat up, but at the end of the day, you still love him like a piece of shit. So
when it comes to sports, we definitely have our rivals.
Oh, definitely.
And John, we have a special thing called no Sixers, we believe, right? No Flyers, no Sixers, no Eagles, no Flyers.
And no Phillies.
Boo Phillies. We don't like Philly. Only thing we like from Philly's a cheesesteak and crab
From
fry.
Geno's, for yours truly, sponsor, I'm proud. Shout out to Geno's Cheesesteaks.
Amen. All right,
Amen.
Adam.
All right.
Xfinity Live.
Back in the day, me and Alex and John had too much fun at Xfinity Live. We can't mention that on the air because I got a beautiful fiance. I can't say those things. Baby, if you're watching the show, I love you. And those were the times before I met you, so you can't get mad on the air. Diet Coke.
Okay.
Yours truly for the crab fries. And now let's get this started.
All right. Before we do, I do have unfortunately for me, I have a bet to pay off because just recently, me and Michael,
Please, I gotta do it.
what?
Me and Adam made a
Go
little
ahead.
basketball bet.
Yeah.
He said he could beat yours truly in one-on-one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think Adam won, say vote A. If you think I won, vote B. I'm gonna let the podcast say vote, and then we're gonna tell the answer. Alex, who you think won in one-on-one? Me versus Adam.
You.
John, who you think won? Me versus Adam.
Adam.
Oh, then okay, John, you know better.
John's smart. John's smart.
But John's a dum-dum because we know who won. Adam. The
Yeah,
spread.
I'm just kidding.
The spread was I won the money line 12-2.
Yeah.
I beat Adam 12 points. I
12
had
to
12
2.
2. 12-2. He had a 3. So Adam has a bet to pay off. So Adam.
All right. I've always said before on this podcast that I could that I'm a better basketball player than Michael, and that I could compete with Michael. Now Michael, turns out I was wrong. I am not a better basketball player than Michael Cunningham, and I cannot beat Michael Cunningham one-on-one in basketball. So there you guys have it.
Alex could have warned you. I beat Alex and John 2-on-1 so many times.
Hey,
And
I will say, it was my first time playing 1-on-1 in like 2 years. So considering that, considering that fact, I don't think I did that bad a job out there.
Adam hit a 2-pointer. It was windy.
And we also played together against a couple other people, and we won.
Because I carried it. Adam hit 3 baskets in a row, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike obviously got his fair share, but I made some buckets as well. I had 3.
Game winner.
So my game's improving. My game's improving.
So anybody that want to challenge to get your game on podcast group, the game of basketball, you tell us the time, you tell us the day, you tell us the place.
Okay.
Me, my cousin Marcellus, Adam, and Alex, Chris, or David, you want to challenge any 6 of us to a game of basketball, we will not lose. Alex to shoot, Adam's the point guard, I'm the center, Marcellus is unguardable, and Chris is the big man, and David's the manager. You won't beat us in 1-on-1. If we have done the team, hope there's an ambulance because John Knee may give out. He may play the first 5 minutes and his knee may get injured. What do you say about that, Alex?
And he'll be exactly like Tobias Harris, who got hurt tonight in a boot.
You guys want to make that our lead story for today?
Yeah.
All right,
Alex, if you're a Sixer fan, we'll get the floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, break down game 3. For game 3 for us. Obviously, a big Sixers win, but at what cost?
So my take on tonight's game is how well the Sixers defended the perimeter at the 3-point line, because that was crucial for them to get the baskets they needed, even without Danny Green going down. And I think that they took out all of the energy in Atlanta, and it sounded like a Philly atmosphere with the energy on the Sixers bench. And I think that going forward, the Sixers will finish the series off and advance.
Okay, let me ask you, Boogie, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are your 2 best players, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 best players. Harris, I don't think Harris is a great player. I think he's a good player, but he's not a great player. Let's see. He's a great scorer, great scorer. But honestly, I said as many as times on this podcast, I think y'all should have kept Jimmy Butler and got rid of Harris. That's what I would have did differently. Because Jimmy Butler's a fucking tank. He's a monster. But let's see what Harris can do in this playoffs. He's been doing his damage. You know?
Wait, speaking of him, let me just give you his stats tonight. He had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
For that's for Harris, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, if he's gonna be an all-star, he should be. If he wants to be a superstar, he has to score more than 22 points a game. That's unacceptable for a star in this league. Like, unless you're a point guard and you're a star and you're averaging like 18 points and 13 assists, like Chris Paul, and he's not a point guard. He's a power forward. And I'm saying this, he got to average at least 25 a game. Honestly, Embiid, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's a top 10 player in this league. Ooh, I feel so dirty saying that. I can't believe I just said that. Embiid earned my respect tonight. He earned it, Adam. He earned it, Adam.
So you finally seen the light.
I finally see the light about Embiid, man. Honestly,
I am a diehard Embiid fan, but he's clearly like one of the best players in the sport.
He is, man. But however, I still think he's not the best center in the league because the man who won the MVP, Jokic, is still better than Embiid.
I agree to that.
Whoever
I can agree to that.
Hails the MVP of the season is the best player in the league, of the whole entire league. Whoever wins the big puppy. But here's the thing. Alex, I've been telling you, you and me been talking about this for years. You can do well in the NBA. You can do well. But however, it don't matter. You can have the first seed, you can have the 8th seed. Whoever has the best playoff game is going to win the series. I don't care what number series you are. If honestly, for me, the Sixers should automatically make it out the East if they're the best seed. But however, I say that Brooklyn Nets series, that's going to be a problem. Brooklyn may not make it out the semifinals if Giannis goes off again.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Honestly, bro.
You want to start talking about that game? Do you guys want me to start talking about that game? I'll start talking about that game right now if you guys want.
All right,
I will force Alex to stop talking about the Sixers so I can talk about that game.
But
Go ahead.
Calm down, buddy.
Okay.
Please.
Adam, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
The Nets lost Game 3 to the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost Game 3. What was it? Thursday night. Yeah, they lost Thursday night, 86 to 83. And you know what, guys? You know what my big takeaway coming out of this game is? The Bucks aren't winning another game this series.
That's right.
Aren't winning another game. Let me explain
hold up,
why.
John. You a Knicks fan. Be
Let
quiet.
me explain why.
I'll explain why after.
All right. John, you can explain why, but let me give my take.
Because you know why? You didn't have...
Let me go, John. This past game, anything that could have gone wrong for the Nets pretty much went wrong. In Game 3, Kevin Durant went 11 for 28. Yes, he had 30 points, but you know what? He was inefficient. Kyrie was 9 for 22 points. Not terrible, but still that's not up to his standard. Joe Harris went 1 for 11 from the field. 1 for 11. This is one of the best shooters in the NBA going 1 for 11. You have all that Bruce Brown missing the layup at the end of the game, a shot that he normally makes. And the bench they could play either. Blake Griffin only had 5 points. Claxton only has 2 points. Mike James only had 2 points. Edgerton only had 3 points. Pretty much the entire Nets roster underperformed. And yet the Bucks only managed to beat them by 3 points.
But here's the thing I don't get at him.
Let me finish, Michael. The Bucks. That's a game that the Bucks should have won by at least double-digit points. They should have won by at least with the way the Nets offense only pulling up 83 points, the Bucks should have at least put up 100 on the Nets at the way that they played last night. It should have been that sizable of a gap, but it came down to the final possession. The Nets were in this game, despite playing that poorly. They were still in that game until the very end and still had a legitimate shot to win that game on the night lights, which let's face it, Joe Harris isn't shooting that bad. I can guarantee right now, Joe Harris is not shooting 1 for 11 from the field for the rest of the playoffs. I can guarantee you that right now. Kevin Durant's going to heat up going forward. Kyrie Irving's going to heat up going forward. Blake Griffin's going to heat up going forward. So when you consider all that, and the Bucks only managed to beat them by 3 points, I just think it speaks volumes about not only that, about just the talent and just how well the Nets team usually plays. And I think the Bucks would be lucky to squeeze another game out of this series. I really do. You can cold take me. You can do whatever you want for me. I think the Nets will win in 5, and I don't see the Bucks winning another game in this series. John, Michael, go ahead.
But you know why though? The Nets didn't win that game. It's because they didn't even have their best player. Remember the big 3?
Yeah, that's another thing. James Harden is hurt,
and you didn't have him available for Game 3 for that. So you have him
and also Jeff Green, he's a major part of their team too. They didn't have him available, so when you consider all that facing against Nets and they still like almost won this game, I consider how well they played in games 1 and games 2 being the Bucks. I just think like I think the series is gonna be over in 5, at the most 6 games.
Hold up, players. Hold up. Let me rap. Honestly, Giannis, who is probably the top 3 best small forwards in the league. Probably
He's
the
a
top
power
3.
forward, by the way. He's a power
He-
forward.
But he's a combo forward. He can play the 3. He can play the 4.
Yeah.
He's one of the top 5 best forwards in the league today. Obviously, you know
Top
who the
5 I'll
top
give
5.
you. Top 5 I'll give you.
If not, he's in the top 3 best forwards in the league. Top 3. Anyways,
I don't know about top 3.
Honestly, that's for a different story. Point is, Giannis played great. Milton played great. Only way they would have won by 10 if Drew Holiday would have had more than 20 that game. Only way they would have won by 10 points.
Yeah.
Honestly. But however, that's just game 3. They got to win game 4. But here's the thing. Only way Milwaukee can win game 4 tomorrow. No injuries. And Giannis got to get more of his teammates involved. Brook Lopez, who is their 4th option, who was a great center for the Nets, Adam, back when he played for Brooklyn.
Definitely. Like, again, as a Nets fan, just want to say, even though like he's our enemy right now, nothing but respect for Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez got to average 15 to 18 points a game for him. He has to average more. Drew Holiday, who was one of the best combo guards.
Yeah, Brook Lopez had an off game last night. He only had 3 points. So if the Bucks are gonna try and make a comeback, they gotta get Brook Lopez more involved.
And they gotta get Drew Holiday.
And Drew Holiday, like those two are gonna have to step up going forward.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think Drew Holiday is the most underrated player besides Mike Conley in the NBA. Drew Holiday has the best work ethic, in my opinion, in the NBA player. He's the most underrated player.
I like Drew Holiday too. He was the guy I wanted before we trade for James Harden. He was the guy I wanted on the Nets.
James Harden is probably the best player on the Nets, in my opinion. The best player on the Nets.
I don't know about that one.
He is the best player, hands down.
Better than Kevin Durant?
Like a centimeter inch better. But here's the thing. Kyrie Irving, who is probably the best off-ball, I think having Harden as the point guard is the best thing for Kyrie Irving's career.
Yeah.
Because Kyrie Irving likes to score the ball a lot for your Nets, Adam.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin.
He does a pretty good job of saying other team what's up, but yeah, he's primarily a scorer.
Blake Griffin should be playing the power forward position. He is not a center. I don't know why your coach. Who's your coach, by the way? Steve
Nash.
Steve Nash, my bad.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what I'll rebuttal you on that, Michael. I think that lineup right now is like works for them because that's their 5 best players, in my opinion. Like Kyrie Irving, James Harden, when he's healthy. If he's not healthy, Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, and Joe Harris. I think that's the Nets' best starting lineup.
But here's the thing, though.
If you remove, here's the thing, though. It's either you start Blake Griffin at center, which by the way, Kevin Durant like can do I think has been like do a pretty good job at being an interior defender. Like if you watch the games, he's doing a great job of protecting the rim. So
when he went to Golden State, he worked on his defensive game because he was only a one-way player. But then when he went to left Golden,
Kevin Durant is definitely like, in my opinion, underrated. Is underrated defensively. He's a great defensive player. He's not Kawhi level. He's not LeBron level, but he's still a very good defensive player.
LeBron doesn't play defense anymore, boys. LeBron don't play defense. But Adam, we got no disrespect. If the Nets lose one more game in this series, I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah.
Bucks will win the series. That's just me.
If they lose one more game, the Bucks are going to win this.
That's just me.
Do you mean game 4 or you just mean one
If
more
they
game
lose
this
game
series?
4, they lose game 4.
If they lose game 4, you think the Bucks win the series?
Absolutely. You
Uh,
can't. First of all,
Well,
you have to see.
first of all, I don't think they'll lose the game 4. I know. Here's the thing, though. Let me get back. Let me get back to your point, Michael. You said if the Bucks want to win the series, like obviously Giannis get like Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez were involved. Here's the thing, though. Which do you think is more likely? Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez stepping it up, or Durant, Kyrie, and Joe Harris stepping it up?
Honestly, for me,
I think the
Kevin
latter
Durant
is more likely.
doesn't need to step up every game because he is stepping up every game.
Yeah.
So, Joe Harris, who was 1 for 11, like you said, from the field.
Yeah.
You said it before. He's the best shooter in the NBA in the top 5 best.
One of the best. He's definitely one. I say top 5. He's one of the top 5 shooters in the game.
For me, you got the Nets have the better team on paper. Have the best team on paper today. You have 3 of the best ball dominant players in the league. But they turned that son of a bitch and they made it rolling. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
They turned that upside down. They turn it around. But boys, honestly, in my opinion, the Nets will, if they win one more game, the Nets will win. I'm gonna say this: the Nets will make it out of the East. In my opinion, they'll beat the Sixers in 7. That's just me.
We'll talk about that series when it eventually. Now it's time for he did do last episode's hot take. He didn't do the episode before that. But just so you know, both those hot takes that were done by other people, they were approved anyway, so they count.
Who did the hot take last Sunday? Who did the hot take last Sunday?
I guess Prince Blue.
Okay.
And we approved it. Go listen back to the episode when you have the chance, Michael. But
all right, bro.
It's time for him to resume. It's time for him to make a comeback in the segment of the show that is sprinkles on ice cream. Mike's hot take. Michael Cunningham, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the Get Your Game On family, we had the most stupidest take last week.
Oh, you're going here. Oh my God, Michael, please tell me you're actually going here.
I'm going here.
Oh my God.
One of my very closest friends on this planet.
Hey, Alex Reich.
Alex,
you're in trouble. Something's come along and it's burst your bubble.
Ladies and gentlemen, a guy by the name of Alex Benjamin Rich, who is known as Alex Rich on this podcast, said the most unbelievable, dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. I was at home watching the fight, and my friend Paul starts watching the fight. I heard the clip. I was like, Alex can't say that. He ain't that crazy. So, Alex, you are the turkey of the week for saying that Giannis could stop Kevin Durant one-on-one defending. Alex, there are 3 things wrong with that statement. 1, Kevin Durant, who is a 7-foot forward, who is a 7-foot power forward that could play any position, who is the best scorer in the league. Right or wrong, boys?
Correct.
Right? Who is the best scorer in the league, who can't guard him. Nobody can guard him. Only one player on this planet. Give me a sec. All right, guys. Kevin Durant, who's the greatest scorer probably in the league in the last 10 years. Am I right?
Right.
Hold up. I got to hang up. Hold up. Give me a sec.
Go ahead, Michael.
As I was saying before, Kevin Durant, who is unguardable, Alex. I'm saying if only one person that could guard him is Kawhi Leonard.
Even then, here's my hot take. Kawhi Leonard cannot guard Kevin Durant one-on-one. And that's because no one can. Kevin Durant, in my opinion, is the most unguardable one-on-one player in NBA history.
Kevin Durant is probably, he's like the best scorer. He can play any position. I'm telling you, Alex. That was the most craziest thing I heard of all time. I'm sorry, Alex. You are the get your game on Turkey of the week.
Here's the issue I had with Michael, to Alex's sake, Michael. Here's the angle I had. It's not just the fact that he was saying that, implying that someone could shut down Kevin Durant one-on-one. Because here's the thing, like I said before, I don't think there's a basketball player like out there past the present, like at least under these current NBA rules, that can guard Kevin Durant one-on-one. He is like one of, if not the greatest scorer in NBA history. In all facets, he can he has the height of a center. He handles the ball and shoots like a guard. He can dunk on you. He can post up on you. Like pretty much every single score move in the book, he not only has it, he's mastering it. So it's not just the fact that he implied that someone could shut down Kevin Durant, Alex. It's that you said that Giannis Antetokounmpo, the guy who everyone gets on him. We all know he shies away from guarding the other best player on the team. Like First Take says it, all the debate shows, like they all get out in front. You said that was the guy who was gonna shut down Kevin Durant, and for that, Alex, I gotta agree with Michael here. You are the Get a Game On podcast turkey of the episode.
Can we hear his opinion?
All right, Alex, do you have anything to say in your defense?
I said what I had to say, and that stays with me.
So, Alex, we love you, brother. But, Alex, you have said some crazy stuff in the past. This takes the cake.
Hold up. Okay, Mr. Cancun.
You took the most craziest. I heard you heard some crazy things, but Alex, you said the Sixers were going to win the championship in 2017, 18, 19, and 20. But Alex,
and look what happened. There you go.
L. Alex.
Why Leonard?
Alex, I love you, bro, but Alex, this is just madness. And this is why I call the end of my hot take. So, Alex, I beg you, my friend, please don't say any more crazy things before I have to call my dad and then I have to call you to medical attention, medical help. Because Alex, I thought I had to call the mental institution.
And Alex, my friend, if you do say more crazy stuff on our podcast, I may have to bring my red voice back.
I literally would have to call the medical institution and be like, sorry, this man has lost his mind, and put him in a nursing home and be like, he has Alzheimer's disease and he has dementia. So, Alex, I'm sorry.
All we can say is two words from that time: Kawhi Leonard.
Alex, we love you, brother, but please tell me that was a prank, man, please. Because I don't want our viewers to think we're all crazy lunatics. To our viewers, we apologize for Alex's antics last Sunday. We apologize.
Last Monday's
podcast. Alex, we love you, brother, but shake my head.
All right. We're gonna end it right now. So let's vote. It's time to vote on Mike's hot take. All right, let's Alex, my friend, since you were the unfortunate victim of Mike's hot take this round, you get to go first. Approve or deny?
Big Mike pulled a Brian Colangelo.
Oh, okay. It's not my fault. You said the most outrageous thing ever.
That's some shit that you would say on Brian Colangelo's Bono account.
I approve.
He approved.
I approve too.
And I definitely approve.
So Mike's your hot take is approved. I believe your record is now 21-3. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, brother Adam.
Okay. Now we gotta move on. And then, unfortunately,
wait, Adam. Before
go ahead, Alex.
You mean 21-3 Eagles?
Oh, snap.
Alex, you were suspended without pay for saying that. You're suspended. Either we get paid 5 roasts per episode, you lose a roast per next episode. What do you say, Adam?
What?
We dock Alex's pay.
We'll consider it. We'll
dock Alex's pay.
We'll leave that stuff behind the scenes. Leave that stuff behind the scenes, Michael. So we gotta move on. Unfortunately, right now, Michael Cunningham. Like obviously, Michael, you weren't available last episode, so we couldn't talk with you. But now you're back, Michael. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
The New York Knicks season has came to an unfortunate end, like in that series, to the Atlanta Hawks. We talked about it last episode. I gave my take. Marcellus gave his take. Michael, you're the biggest Knicks fan I know. The floor is yours.
Honestly, that was pitiful how they gave up. They gave up on Game 3, Game 4, Game 5. They won Game 2. They lost Game 1 about 2 points. Game 2, they win. Game 3, they lose. I gotta give Trae Young his due. Trae Young is going to be an all-star, superstar in the next every year. He's getting better and better. However, Julius Randle, who just won Most Improved Player for this season, being the Most Improved Player means you had a better season than anybody else. You were on the All-Star team this year. You took the Knicks to the playoffs, the 4th seed. I don't know. Julius Randle is a great regular season player, but he sucked in the playoffs. He couldn't hack it. You are the Knicks' best player, which you're not anymore. I say Derrick Rose is the best player for the New York Knicks. Derrick Rose kept us in the game in those last series. And I think, in my opinion, Alfred Payton needs to be released from the Knicks immediately. Tom Thibodeau, who was a great coach, won best coach of the year because he was the best coach. Tom Thibodeau should be literally get a max contract for coaching. I don't care what anybody says. He's the best coach today. He's better than Doc Rivers. He's better than Steve Nash. He's the best coach. 2, Dolan, who is the worst owner in NBA history, should just give up, sell the team, give it to somebody that cares. Hell, give it to a hobo. Hell, give it to Phil Jackson. Hell, give it to me. I don't know how.
Don't give it to Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson wouldn't be a good idea.
Hell, I don't care. Give it to like imaginary person. Give it to somebody better than Dolan. Oh, give it to the stupid clock on my wall. I don't care. Give it to somebody that loves basketball. Give it to that Russian that the Nets had that owned the team. He did well.
Okay.
But point is, Julius Randle, you sucked. You won Most Improved Player, but you sucked in the playoffs. We need you the most. RJ Barrett, you disgraced me for going to Duke in the first place. You just I'm hot. I'm hot.
All right.
I just can't deal with it.
All right.
And then I can deal with this little leprechaun named Alex Rich here that's going to rub it in my face every
Alex
year.
already gave Alex, we're not allowed you to comment. You commented last time, so I just want to get this fair. Because John, I believe you're a Knicks fan as well.
Yes.
If you want to chime in, go ahead.
I was going to say, even though that they made it to the playoffs, you got to give the credit to the front office. You bringing in Worldwide West, who knew what he was doing. Bringing in Leon Rose, you got to reshape up this team. Signing Derrick Rose, who was a bum at one point, who actually he was looking good though with that team. You have to give them credit, even though they were near last place last season. They're bouncing back. They're back in it. You just got to get another 2 more shooters to go with Julius Randle and with Emmanuel quickly. Then this team can go far. They now know what their first step was.
Yeah.
That first step of, even though you gain that record, that team can go far if you just get pieces to build it around your best players and just get rid of Elfrid Payton because he sucks.
I said it's last episode, so I'm just gonna give you the Cliff Notes version. The Knicks right now, they need to do basically the necessary. Remember what the necessary like with D'Angelo Russell had that breakout All-Star season, Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, all those boys. Like they built a culture and they used that culture to recruit like star players who want to come there on there. So
Honestly,
I think the Knicks need to do the same thing because Julius Randle, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but Michael, John, do you ever see Julius Randle being like the best player on a championship team?
I do not see it, honestly. He's like a good second option.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys need to go out there and get like that like superstar level player, a player that you could see like carrying you to a championship. Like we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Kawhi Leonard
hold up, AG.
With the Clippers.
Hold up, AG.
Let me finish, Michael. Let me
contract expired. Hold up.
Damian Lillard too. There's other guys. Bradley Beal. Like, there's a bunch of guys out there that you saw it with James Harden. James Harden wasn't happy with Houston. He got traded to the Nets. So, what disgruntled superstar is gonna want out that the Knicks like they have the assets right now. Like that's the thing. Before the Knicks, like they have any assets to trade for a star. Now they do have the assets to trade for a star, either in free agency or through trade. So I think that's the Knicks right now. Goal. They need to find that superstar level player.
But you do know they have $60 million over cap space because in that trade deadline last season, they were able to acquire some more money.
Yeah,
which was available too. That's what was the important thing about that. Having that extra money, spend it out. Please hope, James Dolan, you're out there. Please hope you can actually let the ownership get some good players to get this team back into the playoffs again and again.
Yeah, right now, Knicks fans, they want James Dolan to stay as far away from this as possible because, again, we see you see what James Dolan just recently did to the Rangers, and Knicks fans want no part of that.
No.
Because it seems like whatever James Dolan touches turns to dust.
Bad mistake by the Rangers to let that happen to the Rangers. Bad.
Yeah. The Rangers were doing so well, too. And I still, even though I was a Devils fan, like this first night, I still think the Rangers will ultimately be fine going forward. But, man, like we talked about it before on a previous episode, that situation was ugly.
And the Arizona Coyotes situation was also ugly too. Thanks a lot, Arizona, because you let Philadelphia get your spot in the draft.
Yeah, we gotta do a hockey episode sometime because I got a bunch of hockey thoughts that I want to get off my chest. But Michael, before we get to our bets, Michael, I believe there is one more thing I gotta talk to you about. We didn't talk about this last episode. It's something that we want to talk about, but we didn't get a chance to talk about. But so, what happened to the Lakers?
No comment. Honestly, I have to say, shout out to Anthony Davis playing with a broken back for the first 5 minutes of the game. Shout out to AD. Honestly, Braun tried to play great. Honestly, the Lakers got to get rid of Kyle Kuzma. I'm sorry. Kyle Kuzma
Definitely.
Kyle Kuzma, you got to leave.
I remember, sorry to interrupt, Michael. I remember back in like a couple years ago when Skip Bayless said Kyle Kuzma was better than D'Angelo Russell.
Honestly, D'Angelo Russell, honestly, I would have kept Brandon Ingram and put Kyle Kuzma up with it.
Yeah.
But honestly, Dennis Schroeder got to go. AC is a good player for the Lakers. Andre Drummond, who's a great center, to stay. Get rid of Gasol. Honestly. Go for Chris Paul. Chris Paul's contract expires this year. And he did say before he wants to play with LeBron in the same team for a season. So I'm going to put this on the decree at him. Chris Paul will sign with the LA Lakers next year. Mark my words.
That would be a great pickup for them.
He loves it in LA.
Because he's everything pretty much the Lakers need. And the Lakers they're fine with the front court, but they need to get more explosive at guard.
So Chris Paul was signing the
Yeah, Chris Paul fit them perfectly. He's a great distributor and he can still shoot pretty well. So I think Chris Paul would be great for them. But one more thing I wanted to ask Michael about is how much do you think LeBron has left in the tank?
He has a bunch left in the tank.
Because I don't know because he didn't play for him bad in that series, but that wasn't like peak level LeBron James that we saw.
Remember, he's 36 years old. He has like at least 4 to 5 more years left in the league.
Yeah, he's 36. I still think he has time left in the tank, but here's the thing. Like, you look at how well Kevin Durant's playing. You look how well there are like other names out there that for a while that we thought were comparable to LeBron. Right now, like there's you can make a legitimate debate that Kevin Durant right now is better than LeBron James. Right now.
Ooh.
I'm not talking about all time. I'm not saying that. I'm not that stupid, but right now.
Honestly, if Kevin Durant wins a championship with a different team besides the Nets that he could lead by himself without having 2 to 3 superstars, I'll say Kevin Durant's the best player. And I'm a Durant fan. I love Kevin Durant. He's like one of my favorite players to watch now in the NBA. But think about it. 2 of his championships, he had a big 3. He had him, Curry, and Clay. Now for his 3rd championship, he has if he wins the 3rd, he has Harden and Kyrie. But however, here's the thing about when LeBron wins a championship in the last couple of years. LeBron won it in KD joined the super team, made the super team. Think about it. Adam, when LeBron won a championship in 2016, where did Kevin Durant go to?
Golden State.
And they had a super team, I believe, right?
Yeah.
This was like he joined the team that beat his team in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. I'm gonna be and like I still like as a fan, like I didn't really like that move by Kevin Durant.
He took the suckers way out, and I was mad for Katie with that.
Yeah.
And what does he do again when LeBron wins the championship for the Lakers? He gets Harden because him and Harden the boys. They push together Harden.
I don't know how much you can really blame Kevin Durant for that, though.
Nah, but honestly,
I think the situations between the two are completely different. I think it's perfectly fine to get mad at Kevin Durant for like just signing with the Warriors because I agree like it's like because he was joining like a 73-9 team. He was joining like
the best team in the West.
Yeah, he was joining like the best team. Like with James Harden, like if James Harden like wants to come to Brooklyn, what's Kevin Durant supposed to say? Nah, we're good. Go someplace else. No, Kevin Durant's not gonna say that.
He better not. If the Knicks won, then I'll be happy because the Knicks suck.
Knicks don't suck. You guys had a pretty good year, and I still think like there's reason for optimism going forward.
We should have won. We should have been in the Eastern Semifinals against Philly, and we would have beat Philly tonight. But it would be a little upset series, but they would have beat us. You know what I'm saying? But that's my rant on the Lakers, Adam. Moving on.
All right, so you guys want to move on to our bets?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's time for our bets of the episode. To recap, the last episode, episode 23. I am very mad about this. I am very, very mad because I took an L. I had Kyrie Irving over 28, I believe, in game 2, and Kyrie let me down. I don't remember how he scored, but he did not score 28 points, so I once again took an L. It's my second straight L, so I'm not happy. Alex, my friend, you had the Nets versus the Bucks, the over on Nets versus Bucks, 235 points in the entire game by both teams. I believe it was under, so Alex, you take another L. Everyone else won their best though. Chris, like, through myself, like, I made his pick for him. Chris had the Suns over the Nuggets, -5 on the spread. He won his bet. He added 9.09 points. Marcellus had the Nets over the Bucks money line. He added 9.8 points. Michael had the Nets over the Bucks money line and Kevin Durant over on 25 say game parlay. He won his bet. He added 11.17 points. And David continues to remain hot. He will also have the Nets over the Bucks on the money line. He won his bet. He added 9.8 points. So to update you on the standings, David remains in first place, 17 and 6, 123.02 points. Michael is in second place, 13 and 10, 114.88 points. I'm in third place, 11 and 12 record, 113.22 points. Chris remains in fourth place, 11 and 12 record, 105.67 points. Marcellus is in fifth place, 14 and 9 record, 83.08 points. And now, with his 1, 2, 3, 4, his fourth loss in a row, Alexander Reich, 9-4 record, 53.75 points, ringing up the rear.
What's Alex's record one more time, Adam?
9-14.
Broski.
He's lost 4 straight, too.
I would say this: the next 5 weeks, I'll be over 500.
Alex, you want to make him bet again?
Let's see if that actually happens.
I don't think it's even possible. Like, even if he, over the next 5 episodes, like, even if he wins all 5, it would put him at 14 and 14. I would only put him at 500, not over 500.
You won't be over 500. You're the one.
For him to go over 500, we need to win 6 straight.
Yeah, 6 straight. Yeah.
So you got to win 6 straight bets. You think you can do it?
I think I can do at least 3 of the 6.
All right. That's half. That's halfway. Okay.
One of them probably be Philadelphia winning it.
Now he's going to. If I were you, go to double parlay. That'd be your best bet. All right, Adam.
All right, we already have Marcellus's and David's, but unfortunately, they already the results are already in, so we don't want to spoil it. So you can catch we're gonna post Marcellus's and David's bets on our Twitter at GameOnP. Like you can find theirs there because we don't want to spoil because we don't want to spoil it. So all right. So you guys want me to go first?
Yeah.
By the way, John, if you do want to participate in this, I say this: we're gonna have your bet count for Chris's record.
Okay.
How about that? All right, so I'm gonna go first, and you know what? I talked all that trash earlier about my Nets and how Milwaukee Bucks aren't gonna win another game this series. You know what, guys? I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm taking the Nets on the spread -1.5. They're at -1.5 right now on the spread. I'm gonna take that. I'm going to eat it up, and I've got the Nets over the Bucks on the spread in Game 4. So that's my bet. Who wants to go next?
I'm always going last as usual.
All right, Alex, my friend. You
Okay,
gotta step it up.
So I am going to pick Padres money line.
Picking Padres money line? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Padres over Mets on the money line. All right, John.
Oh, I got 2. Mine, I gotta say the Jazz beating the Clippers, and the Yankees going into Philadelphia this weekend and sweeping the Phillies in 2.
John,
And
I love it, but unfortunately, we can only count one of them as your official bet.
So you can say it, the Yankees will beat the Phillies.
All right. Do you want to do unfortunately we can't do a two-team parlay on that. So you want to do Yankees on the money line?
Yes, the
All
Yankees
right.
will win,
All right.
and Alex will not be happy. That's my
Okay.
spiel.
Yankees over Phillies on the money line for John's bet. Well, for John's bet, but it's gonna count towards Chris's record. All right. All right. Michael Cunningham. Last step. Bring the heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do a bet. I don't do that much, Adam. I'm gonna do a bet. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say a baseball land. I'm going baseball land. This is business. This bet is strictly business. Alex may like this. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm betting Phillies money line over the Yankees. Psych?
Good.
Psych? You stupid as I thought you looked. I'm going with the New York Yankees money line over the Phillies. You thought I was crazy. You thought
Michael, fist bump.
John's face was like scared.
I was.
Alex, you actually believed me for a sec, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yo. I gotta say, Alex, these past two episodes have been like some of the best episodes we've ever had at your expense.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So that's all for our bets, and that's all for the episode. John, we thank you for coming on. Yo, you're definitely
You're welcome.
since you could be rooming with Alex. You know what? You could come on anytime. You know what? You're welcome on anytime.
Thank you. And Alex, 2 words for you. Suck it.
Oh, yeah, by the way, get out. Can you dig it? There you go. Much better.
John, 3 words for you. Ring the bell.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I did have some Yankee thoughts, but we'll save it for next episode, depending on how this Philly series rolls out. I want to wait until after the Philly series to get all my Yankee takes out there. So that's it. This has been episode 24 of the Get Up podcast with yours truly, Adam Grassani, Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, and John Berardi. Did I pronounce that right, John?
Yes.
All right. If you like what you heard, leave a like, a follow, or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment or review, and you may feature it in a future episode. Remember, my friends, don't assume your dreams are just fancy. If you can match your world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And we're out.